Hello guys, Kelly here again. Been a while for fish tank stuff. Been doing a lot of pond stuff. Say a lot, I've been doing some pond stuff. I've got a new controller, new Inkbird. Bit different from my last one. This is a heater controller. My last one was a single probe, and it was the old-fashioned one. The old-fashioned one, it wasn't that old-fashioned. Just had an old probe, but if it broke, you couldn't replace it. This one's the new one, which you can replace the probe on. So if you're cack-handed like me and you smash it to bits, you can replace it. So basically it's a temperature controller that you can plug. This one you can plug two heaters in. Yeah, through them plugs there. So you plug, instead of plugging your heaters into the mains, you plug them into this, and then you plug this into the mains. And then you basically have these two probes. This one's again two probes, the other one only had one, but these are replaceable probes. So these pick the sort your temperature out. So basically what I do is I set both my heaters in the tank to about 26, and then I make this go to 24.5. So that if you haven't got two, basically then you haven't got two thermostats working against each other. The reason I do this is because the thermostats in normal aquarium heaters, in my opinion, are thin. And they always, if they're going to break, they break on and basically cook your fish into a soup in the tank. So these generally really help. This one is a bit different. Normally, to set it all up, it's these buttons here. So you press set, you mess about. Because you've got two probes, you can set them both at different temperatures. You've got alarms for... This will actually sound an alarm if it goes too hot, too low, so too hot, too cold. If you set the variant between the two actual probes different, which you can say this one wants to be at 25, this one wants to be at 28, and then you can change that if the temperature difference between them gets beyond that ratio, it alarms. There's loads of settings. Again, you could probably look them up. The reason this one, I'm doing a video, because basically it's the same as my old one, but the difference between this one and that one is, this one's wireless. So I'm going to try and actually show you a bit of that action. So I've already set the wireless up, like you do. Come on, let's get that in there, I hope you can see it. So basically I've already connected it. That's what, sorry I'm just bringing this back. That's what that red light is. It's connected to Wi-Fi. When it first comes on, it's just flashing, and you just put the app on your phone or your iPad or your tablet of any description, and then you can either set it up two ways. You can scan the code on the back, or you can just try and find it like I did. It asks you which one you've got. This is an ITC-306A, don't you dare do that. So if I click that, it should, yeah. So anyway, I can check the temperature of my tank. Bit nerdy, don't really need that, but everything else I've got on my big tank's wireless. So as you can see, it's 25, they're saying here. There's two settings, there's one there and one there, and that's apparently what the two probes are. So T1 and T2, one set to 24, one set to 24.5. The difference between this and the other type, so it was about 14 quid's difference. So double probe and Wi-Fi for 14 quid, I'm all over that. So if you press setup, there's a bit of wildness with this. Well, hopefully you can see. So to set it up is just a lot easier. So basically, if I wanted to change it to Fahrenheit and not Celsius, I can click that, and then off the camera, obviously. At the bottom, you've got the two options to change it there. I don't want to do that. Cancel. I'm not doing this as good as I could. Temperature calibration. You've got, this is where it's a bit weird, because look, my phone's only a small phone. I hate carrying a 32-inch telly in my pocket. So I bought the smallest one I could, which was a Sony Xperia, which is just a little one. Still quite powerful, but just a smaller screen. But as you can see, where it says temperature high alarm and low alarm, the text doesn't extend all the way. But that's just what you put it's done me again. So that's where your temperature is going to kick off, and I'll send you an alarm. You can also message your phone, which is a boon. Oh, I was meant to put myself into don't disturb mode. I'm getting loads of messages. But you know me, I'm not a pro. At best, I'm a nightmare. So basically, there's all your settings, which just make it so much easier than to actually set your proper settings. So what temperatures I want things at. Click it, click the probe you want, and then you get to change the numbers here and set them up. So yeah, it's a good little piece of kit. Say I'm a fan. I don't like melting my fish if the weak thermostats break on heaters, and I've noticed in my experience, the thing that always breaks on heaters is the thermostats. I don't know if you're picking up, but you can hear it clicking every now and again, and that's it turning one of these on and off, or both of these on and off. So basically tonight when I do my water changes, there's going to be a second part to this video, and it's going to be a full look at the tanks. I'd say it's been probably 5 months or so since I did one on the tanks. Maybe not, I might have made that up. It feels like that. And I'm going to put my probes in. The good thing with this is you can have like if you've got a sump like myself, you can have one in your sump near your heaters, see what that water's at, and then what your actual temperature of your tank is. Or if you've got a big tank and you run heaters in your tank or inline heaters, you can put probes in multiple places to see what temperatures you've got. You know, because obviously with one, you're only getting the temperature of that part of the tank, whereas you could put one at each end and see what you're getting. But yeah, I'm very impressed with it up to now. I'm happy with how easy it was to connect to my phone and all that. So that side of it, very good. The other thing is if you're short on power sockets and you don't want to run a billion extensions and stuff, these, obviously this one, you can run 2 heaters off one power socket to the mains. You can get bigger ones, I believe. So, you know, it's one of them. I run, because I don't want to melt my fish, I've got a 550 litre tank and I run 600 watts of heaters, but I run them in 2 300s. I used to run 3 200s to be real safe that if one broke and went on, it wouldn't melt my tank, so 200 ain't going to really cause me that much issues, or at least I'd catch it in time. But anyway, I've talked way too long about this, but yeah, just a good sort of safety precaution, and in my opinion way more accurate, because you can do it to 0.1 of a degree. You can set your tolerances that it'll turn on and off with, so you know, you can say within 0.5 of a degree of 24, so it'll start eating at 23.5, or it'll, you know, stuff like that. There's loads of settings. They're very good. Thanks for watching. Bye.